Hi, friends. It's sure been a while, but hey, this is what 1 week of coronavirus induced social isolation does to me. I got the willpower to make another video. So, this was a weird St. Patrick's Day to say the least, and I finally got around to my St. Patrick's Day tradition a few days too late. Now, my St. Patrick's Day tradition started the first year I moved to Chicago, where after a morning of scamming all our free Bud Lights out of a bar crawl, I got home and my roommate wasn't home, and I was like, okay, I have the house to myself. I was fresh off finishing the entire I Hate Everything series, Search for the Worst, and missing all of those videos. I had decided to start watching the actual movies to maybe one day review them myself. And there was one that he had a really, really positive reaction to. Like, he really liked the movie. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot too. And that was Who Killed Captain Alex? The next year, turned out I had a very similar situation where I was like, had some free time in the afternoon before a party at night. And I was like, you know what? Last year I watched Who Killed Captain Alex, and that was great. So I did it again. And once I did it twice, that's officially a tradition. And then that brings us to this year, where I spent St. Patrick's Day weekend wondering where to quarantine myself for the foreseeable future. So I got a little bit late on this, but I thought, what better way to make up for having myself be a little late with my watching than to share it with all of you. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth on the movie itself. I'll just say briefly, this is a very low-budget Ugandan movie that was created by just an independent filmmaker guy who made this movie, you know, with the help of other people in his village. It was low budget. This was the first released, and kind of since then they've gained this cult following. I just went on their website today and they've done tours, and you know, it's all really blown up, but from this was the first one that got big. If you want more details on the plot, we'll kind of get the plot out, but I would watch that I Hate Everything video. It is really good and definitely what inspired me to watch this. That's the general sense of what it is. And I'm honestly surprised that I like it so much, because 20 minutes of this hour-long movie are action sequences. That is not my thing. I'm not normally an action watcher. And you know, it's all about like a mafia and then these military commandos. Like, this is not the kind of movie that I want to watch. And I realized this year why I like it so much. And it's that biting, post-ironic commentary from VJ EMMIE. So the background I will give you is that this guy, VJ EMMIE, it's basically a continuous commentary track over the whole movie where he just kind of says whatever. He's sometimes talking about the plot. He's sometimes hyping up the director. You just don't know what it's gonna be. There's a lot of jokes too. And that's why today, what I want to share with you of my favorite St. Patrick's Day movie tradition, Who Killed Captain Alex, is the 10 best quotes from VJ EMMIE. Before we get into the official list, I'm gonna give you guys a little preview, which is, as soon as the opening credits start, VJ EMMIE is there hurrying it up. Like, he's already done with it. He wants us to move on.
Yes, okay. This is VJ EMMIE, live in the studios from Wakariwood, Uganda. Get ready. Raymond Film Productions. Yeah, okay.
So I just think this sets you up already with that peak VJ EMMIE energy, which you're gonna see the full extent of as we move forward here. My first little trio is a section that I like to call VJ EMMIE is bored. Because I feel like these are many different cases where something is happening and he's like, okay, this is the energy you got from the intro. This is him being like, let's move on. So number 10 is the Tiger Mafia entrance scene. So what's happening here is that Tiger Mafia is the villain organization, and they are walking in to do a drug deal, ? We don't know what's in their briefcase. And the footage is slowed down, and I think VJ Emmy is just wondering how to process that.
Tiger Mafia, the most deadliest gang in Uganda. They walk slow, cause they think slow.
And that's one of his legendary disses, which we'll get one or two more of by the time this video is over. So the next one is way later in the film. Now we're following the Commandos, of which Captain Alex is their fallen leader. And they are orchestrating a plot to bring in this other military leader to take down Tiger Mafia. It is a filler scene, kind of. Like, it's exposition. And again, I think because of that, VJ Emmy is like, we gotta get some energy in there. And the guy that they're bringing in, he's good at cracking down drug dealers, and for some reason he's smoking a cigarette, and VJ Emmy just thinks it would be funny if they were all high.
Military commander. He fights drugs and uses drugs. Okay.
Abasirikale bameka wano cha 10 njagala benga nze ntandikira kugwa ndi holiday neta gokuda.
I mean, it does kind of look like a joint at the end there. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm wrong. But there's one more in this trilogy, and that's way at the beginning, where we introduce Captain Alex, and there's a swarm of reporters talking to him and, asking him questions. And so again, scene goes on a little too long, and VJ Emmy just decides, what if Captain Alex was gay?
Will you marry me? I prefer men. What? No! Come back! We love you, we love you!
As you can guess, he's not. That never comes back any other time in the movie. Now, the next scene shows how VJ Emmy can lighten up a violent scene with a diss that I want to replicate in my daily life.
Who's the bitch? You.
Now I'm gonna do a little bit of a spoiler alert here. This character is the wife of the Tiger Mafia leader, and there's this whole plot where she didn't really die there. She comes back later, and we'll see when she gets found, and she gets the opportunity to rat on the Tiger Mafia, blah blah blah. It's this whole arc, and then here's the double spoiler. She just gets shot, along with like 6 other people in the last scene. Like, most characters die in the last scene. I mean, yeah, a lot of characters that you care about are definitely dead by the end of the movie. That whole scene was the aftermath of the first 10-minute long battle scene, in which there is this great moment, unedited.
And now, Captain Alex, the musical. La 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 la. Wow, this music is good. Commando.
I could try and give commentary on that, but actually VJ Emmy does it best himself.
Expect the unexpectable. Mamma Mia!
Hearing the Mamma Mia soundtrack was truly unexpectable for me. There's one more unexpectable song that I Hate Everything covered pretty well. Comes back around a couple times, I'll give you a good cut.
The saga continues. Richard, the Tiger Mafia.
Now, the next one I'm going to show you is an example of how VJ Emmy can really make any joke funny to anyone. Because here, he starts with a joke that to me is like kind of cheesy. It's kind of stereotypical.
I'm making German food. German food? Yeah, we found German tourists. We're cooking them. Oh, very, 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 very good.
And then just adds a little zing to the end.
Delicious. Serve me the head, like Predator.
And that previously mentioned wife comes back to life. She starts working with Captain Alex's brother. And the next series, they're going to be tied for 4, is a couple of lines that I just find super relatable because I love food. And it really does seem like VJ Emmy likes food too.
Ugandan Bruce Lee. We call him Bruce Lee. He just wants to be alone, to focus on vengeance. But first, he needs to eat.
I also want to be alone to focus on vengeance. Or, as I've put it previously,
just leave everyone, believe only one. If you don't like anyone, leave alone.
Then VJ Emmy just gets really excited about the fish that the brother is cooking and understands that he wouldn't want to share it.
Oh, wow, wow. That looks good. Oh, I'm so hungry. Finally, I get to eat. What the fuck?
So this has been a lot more of VJ Emmy's scripted joke material, which is fire. But really, what he is probably the most famous for is just during the fight scenes, he just gets excited and it's just rapid fire, whatever he's feeling. And in that moment are some of the most quotable lines. And that is what I'm going to show you now for number 2 and 3. Really, I think for a lot of these, this is the most iconic part of this cult classic, but you'll see why it's not my number 1.
Tiger Mafia, Super Kicker, what's happening?
What's happening? Next time I just get excited about something, I'm gonna just, oh my god, what's happening? So I decided to make the next 2 tied for number 2 because I don't know which one I find more quotable. It's personally my favorite, VJ Emmy on the microphone, because every time I have a microphone or anytime I'm about to announce something, I really always want to say that. I don't know why. That's my personal one, but then I realized the next one, you can use it in more times, which is just whenever something's getting heated, the movie's on. The movie's on. And you can say it when you're really watching a movie, or you can say it when something's happening. I don't know, it's just so good.
VJ Emmy on the microphone. Now it's time to see real action. VJ Emmy in the MIC. The movie's on. The movie's on. On is the movie.
But my favorite thing about VJ Emmy is that I think I can tell that he loves dinosaurs. And that's a real plus for me. I mean, other than me, I don't know anyone else whose first thought when they hear something rustling in the bushes is...
Crocodile? Dinosaur?
See, I told you we'd find when that wife gets discovered later. But if there's anyone who knows me in real life and who's heard me talk about this movie before, there's one scene that I love so much, and this is my number 1, and it is VJ Emmy's first thought upon seeing a field of storks. It is the most accurate thought that I would think, and I think you all should think too.
Yeah. Dinosaurs.
And then Kiss from a Rose starts playing again. It's so perfect. Not only do those birds kind of look like dinosaurs, but that is my thought now when I see large groups of birds. Or dinosaurs, when you just walk into a natural history museum. Dinosaurs. And then the movie ends with this total banger about loving your grandma. I mean, what better ending to a movie is there than that?
I hope you enjoy the Captain Alex. And be sure, tell everyone that Uganda is crazy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yakuza muzadde wange nange nondabirira jajja muna.
Well, thank you guys for virtually joining me in my St. Patrick's Day tradition. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.
This is the end. Goodbye.